My name is Sherry Yvonne Johnson. I was raped. I got pregnant at the age of 9. I gave birth to my daughter at the age of 10. Was forced to marry my rapist at the age of 11. When we got married, he was 20 and I was 11. I had a total of 6 children by the age of 17 when I got a divorce in my first marriage.
Sherry Yvonne Johnson's story is horrifying, but it is not unique. Children, minors being forced to marry.
I was able to enter into it legally because of the 2 loopholes that states in the Florida statutes that anyone can be married at any age. If you have a child with the consent of a parent, you can be married with the discretion of a judge. So that's exactly the loopholes that I fell through, and no one actually protected me. They protected him by putting the handcuffs on me instead of putting the handcuffs on him, and he was the rapist.
For somebody who's not yet 18, it's so hard to explain just how overwhelming the obstacles are, because the basic steps that an adult survivor would take with great difficulty are just often not even an option for children. So I am Frady Reese. I was 19 when my family arranged my marriage to a stranger. I was trapped in that marriage for 15 years before I managed to escape.
She founded Unchained at Last, a nonprofit that helps women and girls escape forced marriages.
The women and girls who reach out to Unchained at Last come from nearly every community that you can think of. They're from every major religion and a lot of minor religions, as well as secular backgrounds. Really what they have in common is that they tend to be women, and that the perpetrators in the forced marriage tend to be their own parents, their own family.
My mom actually told me, she said, "You're going to get married. That's mom. You do what mom say do." So that's what I did.
Children in these situations are powerless, and Frady says current laws fail to protect them.
Children in many states usually are not even allowed to bring a legal action. It's almost ridiculous when you think about the situation where a child is allowed to enter into this serious contract but doesn't have any of the rights necessary to negotiate that contract safely.
Unable to advocate for themselves, children in forced marriages can suffer physically, mentally, and emotionally. Sherry, who is now almost 60, still struggles to come to terms with her stolen childhood.
I'm still dealing with the after effects of having a shaky foundation to start my life off with. To the point right now, I'm still dealing with that.
She wants to make sure what happened to her doesn't happen to anybody else, starting with children in her home state, Florida.
Well, I'm advocating a bill for children not to be able to be married until the age of 18.
Here's a fact. Child marriage or marriage before 18 right now is legal in all 50 U.S. states, including right here in New Jersey.
You know, we're not in very good company when we look around the world and at other countries that are not addressing child marriage. Iran, for example, Saudi Arabia and Yemen, these are countries that don't specify a minimum age for marriage.
I want to make sure that the public knows that it's very important for this bill to pass because we're protecting our children. I've often heard that it takes a village to raise a child. Well, this is part of the village. We're raising these children. We're protecting these children.